please welcome to the mat, Georgio Poullas.
Georgio Poullas from Canfield, Ohio, won a state championship in 2016 at Canfield High School. Spent some time wrestling at Cleveland State and Ryder. Popular social media influencer. He'll pay you $1,000 if you can take him down. Tsurakyan winning at RAF 06 last month in Arizona, 5-3.
And now, his opponent, Arman Tsurakyan.
It's one thing to have the social media highlight viral moment of the year. It's another thing to back it up 1 month later. Who has the pressure? The #1 contender in the UFC? This man or his opponent, Georgio Poullas? I got to tell you, I didn't think RAF was going to be able to make this rematch this quickly. Respect to all involved, but particularly these athletes for being willing to put it on the line.
The Georgian, 29 years old, making his third walk down the aisle here in RAF. Beat Lance Palmer, RAF 05, and then RAF 06 last month, as I mentioned, beat Poullas 5-3.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it, your main event of the night. Brought to you by Spartans.com. This is the rematch the world wanted. This is the rematch the world is watching. For the sold-out crowd in the Yingling Center in Tampa, Florida. And the millions watching around the world on Fox Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to go down. Somebody make some noise. Freestyle middleweight division. Introducing first on my right, he weighed in at 174.6 pounds, an Ohio State champion, and an Ironman tournament champion, representing Canfield, Ohio, introducing Georgio Poullas. His opponent across the mat, weighed in at 174.4 pounds, a recent UFC #1 lightweight contender, representing Armenia, presenting Arman Tsurakyan. Your referee is Tim Condit.
Tsurakyan, UFC superstar, 23-3 with 15 finishes. He's won 5 straight. Submitted Dan Hooker his last time in the octagon last October. But tonight's business ahead as he'll look to knock off Georgio Poullas. Tonight's main event is brought to you by Spartans.com, the official online gaming partner of Real American Freestyle. Scan now or go to Spartans.com to play. Kurt, first 30 seconds, what are you looking for?
These guys are going to feel each other out, but I'm actually surprised how good Tsurakyan is, considering he only wrestled when he was a kid, and he wrestled to help his MMA skills. But this kid's a great wrestler. He's a world-class wrestler, and he's facing a guy that wrestled since he was a kid all the way up through college.
You saw the first match in Arizona last month, Shale. What adjustments will be most critical in this showdown?
One thing that Georgio didn't know is how good he was, truly. Georgio turned out to to be tougher than even he thought that he was. When he focused no longer on the tactics, no longer on getting the referee involved, and he just wrestled, Georgio can go with him. He can go move for move with Arman Tsurakyan. Now, he needs to leave everything behind him, not worry about the highlight reel or the pass, focus just on scoring points under the freestyle rule set.
Chael, how did you adjust to jumping in the octagon against a guy that you didn't like and not let your emotions take over?
It's a very difficult thing, and you can say all of the buzzwords about you got to compartmentalize and you need to leave that behind you. Look, this is personal. This is one-on-one combat in front of the world wearing a singlet. There's nothing I can think of that's more personal than this.
Halfway through this first period, 50 seconds to go in a scoreless match. Tsurakyan and Poullas in our main event here at RAF 07, down to 40 seconds. Did you ever have a situation like that, Kurt? Getting onto a mat with a guy that you just didn't like?
Oh yeah, many times. But I kept my composure. I never let myself go. And you got to focus on the match and only the match and how to win.
Poullas was on the shot clock, failed to score on that 30-second window. So Tsurakyan leading it 1-0. Tsurakyan goes to that 2-on-1, short time in the first. Poullas able to clear that tie. Who's winning the ties, Chael?
Yeah, it's a good question because Georgio is so strong there. I mean, I feel like when I look at him that he's the bigger man. The scale might disagree with me, but upper body-wise, he looks like the bigger, stronger man. I would like to mention something. Arman has competed since these guys last met. He went a couple of weeks ago. He flew out to Brazil. He took on Moikaev. So Arman is always looking to compete. He's officially Dana White and the UFC's #1 contender. Giorgio just focused on this one competition.
So Arman's pretty much active, right? He goes as much as he can.
Yes.
Does as many competitions.
Well, and I got to give a lot of credit how Real American Freestyle pulled this off so quickly, right? Yeah. Less than a month apart. Every organization tried to come in and grab this match, but these guys said, we have a dispute and we're going to settle it under this rule set. I very much respect that from both of these athletes.
And I'll tell you this, these guys are behaving tonight.
So far, Kurt, so far.
So far.
So they are addressing Georgio Poullas in his corner.
I wonder who the fan favorite is tonight. I don't know which one. They're both cheering for both of them. They're all cheering for both of them. Who are they booing? Arman or Georgio?
It is a packed house. All eyes on this main event.
Arman is trying to win him over to his side, saying, hey, let's get on with this. I want to use pace. I want to use conditioning. This guy's finding a reason to delay the match. To remind you, that actually happened in their first contest. Similar thing. Giorgio is getting the finger taped, and Arman saying, hey, wait a minute. Hurry this thing up.
So wrapping up his right wrist hand.
I thought it was Arman that was getting his fingers broken last match.
So Poullas is ready to go. Both guys come back center of the RAF mat for the second period. Tsurakyan leading it 1-0, and now they're going to send Poullas back to his corner. I believe he's going to get toweled off.
He just made heel of the night by doing that.
It's been a solid 2 minutes.
I know, this is a long time.
You got this. Wrestle your match. Let's do it.
You hear his corner saying, wrestle your match. Let's do it.
Come on, Giorgio.
All right. They say everything worth doing is worth waiting for. I mean, come on. I'm on the edge of my seat here. A lot of options here for Giorgio. He can try to come underneath him and push him out of bounds. I think he wants to avoid perhaps shooting, ended up in a front headlock situation like what happened with Lance Palmer, but a lot of options here. These guys still don't fully know each other. There's still a little feeling out taking place.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt.
Crowd getting loud. Giorgio working off an underhook. Looked like he had a split second.
Man, these guys are good on their feet. They have great defense.
Tsurakyan likes to work off the 2-on-1. And now I believe Poullas is going back on the clock.
Yeah, getting warned for passivity.
Tied up once again by that 2-on-1. Now front headlock from Poullas.
This is the most exciting inactive match I've ever seen. The whole crowd's into it.
Tsurakyan likes to neutralize him with that 2-on-1, and it's going to be another point on the board for Tsurakyan.
Well, Kurt makes a good
Poullas
point.
unable to score.
It's a challenging match to call when there's nothing really to call, but we're just all on our edge of our seat, just knowing anything can happen at any moment. One of these guys can change elevation, they can explode, they can start bringing the drama back into it. Like there's something happening here.
You know what I'd hate to see is Georgio Poullas and lose and say, hey, he didn't take me down.
Yeah, right. They still don't settle that dispute.
Straight on shot, but into the hips of Poullas. Poullas, advantage position right here. Short drag out.
Where's it go?
Oh, and Poullas able to stay square and avoid giving up the takedown as time expires in a second. One more period to decide this showdown.
Arman Tsurakyan, for a guy that only wrestled up until he was 5 years old, can really wrestle. I mean, this guy knows positions. Here's a takedown attempt right here. Poullas turns this into a front headlock, and Arman even does a sucker drag here on the feet again, changes elevation, looks to attack those hips.
Well, don't forget, Shale, Georgio wrestled at Cleveland State and Ryder. He wrestled in Division I. Ohio State champ, really good high school wrestling state.
Now, I believe Cleveland State dropped their program when he was there. Am I right?
They dropped it last year.
Oh, I thought they dropped it twice. Back in like 10 years ago, I thought they dropped it. They added it again.
So both points on the board for Tsurakyan. Both scored on the shot clock. But if you are Poullas, you would love nothing more than to win this with a takedown. It'd be the last point. You'd win it 2-2. That would be sweet, sweet, sweet revenge for Georgio Poullas. But he's got to get an angle, and he's got to begin now. You can't wait till there's 20 seconds left in the match. You really got to begin that sprint right now.
I'm just surprised how much composure that Arman has. It's amazing that this guy hasn't wrestled since he was 5 years old or whatever it was.
Going double unders. Double unders. He's got his hands gripped. Inside trip attempt, and Poullas is out of bounds. It's a 3-0 match.
Risky effort there by Tsurakyan, right? I mean, he doesn't need to score. He puts that pressure in. Georgio could have had an opportunity for a salto. A lot of courage there by Arman to dig those underhooks and go find a score.
Without a doubt, you're right.
Back to his 2-on-1, just doing a really good job taking territory, moving forward, butt to the center. Right on that RAF
I love
logo.
Tsurakyan's positioning. He's always in position.
Tight front headlock.
He's got to take the chance, isn't he? Oh, no. I wouldn't do that, Tsurakyan.
He wants that takedown so bad. Poullas.
Oh, my goodness.
What a flurry, center of the mat. No points after all of that. And that'll be a point for Poullas.
All right, so I believe there was two exposure.
Two and one, right?
Two exposure for Tsurakyan, according to the mat official. Was that confirmed? It looks like it was. One push out for Georgio. They're seeing if that was confirmed. I believe that it was.
So the score will be 7-3?
It should be 5-3. I believe the score has it right.
Let's send it quick to Ben.
Yeah, I think that would be it's going to be a bad challenge from Georgio, so glad his corner didn't throw that. It was pretty obvious. 2 takedowns Georgio, 2 exposure Arman, 1 push out Georgio for a score of 5-3. And if he would have challenged and lost, I would have gave 1 more point to Tsurakyan. So his corner did the right thing there.
That was a fun flurry to watch. There were points on the board. 5-3 inside of 20 seconds. Poullas needs a takedown to steal it. And getting around behind. And that's going to be a 4-point move.
Yeah, the crowd's on fire.
Arman Tsurakyan putting a cherry on top. Two more for Tsurakyan. Check this out. Go big or go home.
This kid has a lot of charisma, man. I love him. He just beat a world-class wrestler. Crazy.
UFC superstar, the 29-year-old Georgian Arman Tsurakyan.
And you know what? He's the #1 contender in UFC, so he's going to be a UFC champion sometime soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give these two warriors a big round of applause in your main event tonight. After 3 periods, a final score of 9-3 for your main event winner, Arman
Arman, that was awesome.